All right, remember how I said pedal strikes can ruin your day? Well, they can also ruin your cranks. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another great episode of Toolbox Topic. And I'm joined once again by my co-host, Brandon Van Leeuwen. And Brandon, how the hell are you?
Good morning, Thomas.
Nice. You ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So when you guys watch this, even though it's not Thanksgiving Day, it's day before Thanksgiving.
I just need to show up.
You just need to show
My
up.
wife seems to be ready for Thanksgiving. Though,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Do you have like a particular malt or bourbon that you're going to take
All of
with you?
them?
All of them? All right.
No,
There
we'll
you have
see.
it.
We'll
Got to be
see.
prepared. Got to be prepared.
Usually my folks have something in the cabinet
Oh, nice.
ready to go.
You can't argue with good hospitality. So.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're coming to you once again from the Czech Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, because it's where the cool kids hang out, yeah, and me. And as I alluded, day before Thanksgiving, I've got a couple big rides planned, hanging out with my son and the grandkids. Brandon's doing his thing with the family. It's going to be a good 4 days. And of course, I still got to work though at the camera shop and edit videos and all that good stuff. So, but as I alluded to in the beginning of the video, pedal strikes can ruin your day. I've talked about this on the trail videos. Don't leave your pedal hanging. Keep them leaving even if you're coasting, parallel with the horizon and everything. But in this case, I was actually pedaling. And when I pedaled down, kind of squished with the suspension, and I clipped a rock that laid a hurtin' on the bike. Now, the crank arm itself wasn't bent. Brandon will
It's
kinda
hard to
show you
tell
when we
what's
take
bent
out.
on that thing. Maybe we
Right.
can take a look at it once we take the pedal out.
But that sucker's wonky. Now, Brandon had a theory that it's the sleeve inside.
That little threaded
Yep.
piece that's inside that got bent. I've seen it
Moved or
happen on
something like
carbon
that.
cranks
Right.
before, for sure. Not really on an aluminum crank,
Yeah.
but like you said, you tried putting new pedals on, and it's still that.
Didn't
So
work.
it's the crank arm. I'm hoping it's the crank arm now.
It better
because
not
if
be
it's
the
not that,
friggin'-
if it's that spindle, we'll
That's
see.
called a warranty. That's called lying for the warranty. So, but we'll see
see.
what happens. So,
All
but we
right.
got the new cranks from SRAM, the GX cranks. So we're going to show you how today. Now, Bathsheba's a pedal assist, a little bit different than procedure than
I think
a
it should be
standard.
pretty straightforward, though.
tapered.
Maybe even easier than
Yeah,
a
You never know.
normal analog bike. So we'll see.
we're all going to learn something today. This is one of those experimental days as far as that goes. So, without further ado, I'm going to grab the camera. Brandon's going to do a transition. We're going to get started on this and hopefully resolve the issue of Bathsheba's wonky, friggin' drunk stance. I
It
still
feels
ride
horrible. It feels horrible,
It
though.
does, but I still ride it. I don't give a shit, guys. You guys know I ride that shit like I stole it. So, all right, put my glasses on. All right, Brandon, give us a good transition. And 3,
And
2,
1.
here we go.
All right. So your new cranks are standing over here. Check them out. We'll open the box.
What's in the box?
Like I said, I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. There are a couple things that I want to mention along the way. Yeah, they're just going to go right on spindle. It's like there's a spacer on the drive side. What we're going to do is we're going to take the pedals off first. We're going to clean up the area, re-grease the spindle threads, the spindle interface, shall we say, and then we'll see how we did. I only need 2 tools for this particular job. I need a 8mm, something with a torque wrench as well, and then I have this 8mm to take your pedals off. Always take your pedals off before you take your cranks off, because it is a pain in the ass to get them off without the leverage of them being in the bike when it's time to take the pedals off. Done it plenty of times, I know, unfortunately.
That's almost a toolbox. That's almost a quick tip.
It is, and then I almost end up just putting the cranks back on the bike so I can take the pedals off easier. So here we go.
That's good stuff.
Quick tip for taking pedals off. It's not so much on this bike, but how I always think about it is your spindles don't have the ability to use a pedal wrench, so you have to use an 8mm, it might be a 6mm depending on your pedals, hex wrench to get the pedals off. And the way I always think about it is, whichever way is gonna hurt more when it breaks free is the way you gotta go. So check this out.
Because their counter thread is what they are.
Right. So when you think about it, when it's on an analog bike, you have all these cranks, or the chain rings here. Whatever's gonna rack your knuckles against the chain rings, that's the way you gotta go. But in this case, I'm protected by the body of the bike. So that wasn't bad. We'll take the pedals off here. And like I always say, always remember that your non-drive side pedal is reverse threaded. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring this back onto this side, and whatever's going to rack my knuckles way, that one was on there fairly loose. It's all right. But just always remember it is a reverse threaded non-drive side. That's the tip of the day. All right, pedals are off. We're going to leave those here for a moment. Now we're going to remove the cranks, and full disclosure, I did bust them loose before we started filming today, because sometimes these SRAM cranks can really be on there really tight, and I just didn't need you to see my face while I was trying to get those off. So they are snug. And on these SRAM cranks and a lot of FSA, we have what's called a
Come
we
on.
have a little washer on here. I'll think about it in a second here. But we don't need to use a crank arm remover, because what's going to happen is if I start undoing this bolt inside the 8mm bolt, it's going to be pushing against that washer, and it's going to remove the crank for me. It's going to push it out.
Nice. That does make it a lot easier.
It does. Uh-oh, what's happening here? So your extractor cap is what it's called, was moving with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 10mm. I'm going to tighten down that extractor cap real quick.
Okay.
Because it should not spin as I'm pulling out the bolt. So
well, and it's good that sometimes Brandon and I want these to go perfectly, but it's nice. I will say this when these things happen, because it also shows you what could possibly happen when you're doing it.
So extractor cap's only like 5 or 10 Newton meters. So I'm just going to snug it up, and hopefully it doesn't spin.
We're not going to go full ham.
No, we're not going to go ham on this one. Typically, there will be a torque spec on there. I can't see it, maybe because it's the light. But we're going to try this again.
Now, Brandon and I did another video as far as like torque spec goes, and it was tight, and that's a technical term in the bike mechanic world. So
snug and then
yeah, that worked out really good. Look at that.
So that worked out good. So that was a good little bump in the road so people could see. So this is what I'm kind of curious about when I take this off. What's going to happen with this big spacer here? These cranks were not easy to find from the Trek website. What Trek used for this particular crank arm set was an OEM part spec. So I had to kind of do a little dig, and I had to call SRAM to see what exact crank I needed for this bike.
Right.
So that was a little goofy. All right, so let's see what we got in here. It looks like I have some little hex bolts that I need to remove to get the spacer off, and then we should be all right. I was not expecting that, so this is first time you, first time me.
Right.
But that seems to be, is that carbon? I think that might be a carbon. Ooh, it's very thin. Be careful, it's very thin. Holy shit. You can hear how thin it was.
Right.
So let's go to the bench. Let's take a look at this under the light.
Okay.
And it looks like a very small, it is a hex, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, that is. That's a very small Allen key.
So now we're gonna find out if I did truly get the
right
right guidance on the cranks, if this goes on the new crankset. We'll take a little closer look at that crankset here in a second as well.
Now, the other cool thing about doing today's video, we did it with the fireside chat, but not a whole lot you can do with that. But today's video is being shot in OpenGate, courtesy of Blackmagic camera app for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So we should be able to extrapolate some short videos out of this too.
All right, cool.
Yeah, to kind of guide you guys along.
So let's see here. Oh, look at that. We got the right ones.
Hey.
It's also, while we're looking at these, it's important to note, things just to help you out a little bit. If you look at these, they are going to give you the crank arm length.
Right.
And you're going to get an R or an L. Self-explanatory, but
that's not loser or retard, by the way. That's left and right. Not loser, not retard, but left and right.
But we would also be able to see.
Unless you mess it up. If you put those on the wrong side, then you are a loser and a
Precisely.
retard. So.
Precisely. Especially when now we see the difference here with those three little
But you know there's going to be somebody out there that does it. We're horrible people.
One thing I like to do whenever I'm reassembling something, just give it a little clean before it goes back on.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like there was, it looks like there was a little bit of blue Loctite on there, and seems like there's still a little bit left on there. I'm just gonna leave that. I'm not gonna add more. I don't think it's a,
Now,
personally, I don't think it's a very,
if this was a
Loctite
customer's bike,
necessary.
Brandon would add it. My bike, he doesn't give a shit.
This,
He's like,
that's
that
not
guy
true. I don't
Thomas.
think it's necessary to add more Loctite onto this little guy. Especially when there's enough left on these threads. That'll still hopefully do the job. Even though it is a little bit dried out by now, but all right. And usually these very small bolts just require snugness. When I took them off, they sure weren't very tight
no, they
either.
weren't
So
at all.
just gonna be careful with, especially since how remarkably thin this thing is. I'd be worried about cracking it. Cool.
That might be the name of a Cinemax movie.
The-
Not tight at all.
All right, nicely
All
done.
right, all right,
Nicely
come
done. That was
on.
good. That's pretty good.
It's the day before a holiday.
So let's take that non-drive crank arm off while we're there. Hopefully, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that that extractor cap
It's tight.
is snug. See, it wasn't very tight.
Well,
So we'll snug that up so it doesn't spin on us. And then I'll get on this back side. You can stay there if you wish. And I'll use that extractor cap. Oh, here's an, all right, here's another thing. Just like the pedals, leave the cranks on when you're loosening them up because you'll need that. It's a nice thing for the leverage.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna set this on this side. We're gonna back this out. Again, that wasn't very tight because I loosened it up before we started
Right.
rolling cameras, but it's still tight. Extractor cap is working swimmingly. And there goes our crankset.
Now, to give you guys a little bit of history, Brandon and I have been making these videos for almost 4 years, okay? Here at the end of December, it will be 4 years. And there was a time that he was very stiff on camera, did not joke around.
That's another Cinemax.
Yep, that's another
title.
stiff on camera. Mr. Finger was involved. Brandon remembers Mr. Finger. I still have
Nope.
the original video.
Oh, God.
Yeah, with the injury, I should put that in one of our toolbox topic videos for like nostalgia. So we've come a long way, guys, and I just want to take this opportunity while Brandon's doing that and cleaning up around that. You can see, making it all nice and shiny again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your support. It's been an amazing 4 years. We appreciate everybody's support. We love the fact that we're able to help a lot of you guys and gals maintain your own bikes, make good decisions when it comes to upgrades and parts. And at the end of the day, too, kind of learn for some of our mistakes. Well, my mistakes, not Brandon's.
I plenty of mistakes.
So,
I get
and all
past
the
it just for a
feedback that you
second.
give us and everything like that, it really, really is amazing. So, thank you very much, guys. And even though it's after the fact, have a happy Thanksgiving and a very
sure.
good Christmas coming up.
Hey.
All right, Brandon, go. What are we doing?
Now I cleaned up the spindle, and I'm
Okay.
just put a little bit of grease on that, a little bit of Bontrager peanut butter.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be a lot, but this will maybe minimize some creaking in the near future.
Yeah.
Just a little bit there.
Little dabble do you, like Brill cream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Get it in those cracks.
You have a way of making anything uncomfortable. All right.
That's what
A
she
little
said.
bit of
Dun-dun-ch.
While I got the grease out, I'm also going to clean and re-grease the spindles on your pedals.
Okay.
And then this one came with some. Do you not like to use the pedal washers? It's totally up to you.
No, I never did.
I don't use, honestly, I don't use pedal washers either on any of my bikes. But if I ever, this is the one thing, if ever we have a customer with a nice crank set, I will always use the pedal washers.
Right.
When we put the cranks back on, I've already looked this up. It is posted on the crank arm that we're gonna go to 54 Newton meter.
Okay.
I have my torque wrench all ready to go. It is not ready to go. I'm gonna set this to 54 Newton meter. And we'll start off with that non-drive side because that'll be probably easier for you to see right off the bat there.
Now, the next
there's
video we're doing,
54.
guys, is going to be a bike showcase on the FX, which is a throttle pedal assist, which is kind of freaking cool. So make sure you guys look for that here after watching this video coming up in the next several days.
All right, these are all the things I need here. Here is my drive side. And one thing that I should have paid attention to, but I didn't, is that if there's any orientation that it needs to be on, and it does not look like it.
No.
So it's going to start anywhere, but just make sure that when we put the non-drive side on, that it goes on perfectly aligned with this side. So let's get this thing started. Again, little leverage. All right, here it comes.
Okay, Brandon.
Yes.
I want you to freeze really quick. Stop. All right, that's going to be the thumbnail. Go, keep going. You guys thought I was going to say collaborate and listen, didn't you?
Throwing me a curveball there.
That's the perfect thumbnail, though.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
And 54 is quite a bit.
Now, you said 54 for the crank arm or the
There it
pedal?
goes.
Because you said pedal.
Did I? I'm sorry, I meant the crank arm.
I meant the crank arm, okay.
I meant the crank arm,
I
for
was
sure.
making sure we weren't going
No.
full ham on the crank arm.
So again, I'm making sure that we're perfectly aligned on this side, because it is easy to have them on this particular setup. For example, it is easy just to go like that, and that would not solve your wonky issues.
No, that would make it more wonky. People would question my credentials out on the trail. I mean, they already do. We don't need to make it worse.
Maybe one shorter leg or something. I don't know.
Eileen. Maybe the next toolbox topic too will address the rear suspension, because I know I'm a fluffy kid, but Brandon does have it adjusted to my weight.
There it goes.
And I'm still having some issues with bottoming out. You
All
can
right.
see that ring right there. Whoo, doggy.
Yep.
So,
Time for the pedals. Now,
for
the
the
pedals
pedals.
do not need to be super tight. There's all kinds of good ones. And this one is not giving me any hints as to which one's drive side and non-drive side, so we're just going to find out. Nope. Watch, that was the right one.
it's like a comedy show
Just
here
like
sometimes, guys.
There it is.
You sure?
What?
No?
Well, I suck at this. Ha. Let's try this one again. It's kind of like when you try to put a USB in.
No one has a problem with the USB, Brandon.
I have. Oh, there it goes. Oh, just being stupid.
Brandon, it's a USB-C, dude. How do you have problems with USB-C?
Well, you remember the old USBs? It
The
got it
legacy
wrong,
ones?
Got it wrong
Well-
every time the first time, and then.
Dude, it's your fault if you're using something that still has a legacy port. I'll tell you that right now. That I'm just going to be savage on.
Oh. Maybe these pedals are bent up as well.
No, they're not,
A little
dude.
bit. All right,
Those
all
are-
right.
See, it's going in.
It is.
You know how I know
And
they're
again-
not bent up? Because these are different pedals from the original Strike.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Amazon was
again-
nice enough to take the other ones back.
So pedals only be super tight when you do that, so just snug and then snug and then
There we go.
cool. So that we're on there. Everything's torqued to spec. We're clean. We're lubed. I feel good about this.
Okay.
The next thing we just got to do is make sure that yeah, I think I would have felt it because that last one was doing all kinds of goofy shit. So
now,
this looks good. I feel confident that the problem is fixed, but we will take it out for a little test ride here in a moment. And
we're actually not.
just
Brandon's lying
double
to
check.
you. So what we're gonna do
Not
is we're
on
gonna,
camera, but we will.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually, we're gonna finish up the video. Right now, I'm gonna put the thing back on the tripod, and then I'm just gonna let you guys know if it solved the problem down in the description. So that way, first thing, problem solved, or nope, it's back to the drawing board. So just let you guys know. So, all right, Brandon, transition us out of here. Oh, real quick, go ahead.
We'll keep this one. The drive side is in good shape. I'm just gonna mark on this one bad. So 3, 2, 1.
Nah, I like it. All right, my friends. So there you have it. Bathsheba has a new set of cranks. Now, I am going to ride tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, after I hang out with the grandkids and my son in the Estrella Mountain Regional Park. Look for that trail video. Put her through the paces. I'm sure this is going to be fine. Like Brandon said, it felt better, and you could feel that wonkiness, just ghost pedaling as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be any problems, but I'm going to let you guys know for sure down in the description. So just look for that. Brandon, anything else before we go?
No,
other than we're going to replace these tires soon.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I saw that as well. I didn't say nothing though.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. That little cup, that little plastic or carbon cup was a little bit of a curveball, but nothing terrible.
Yeah. That was pretty easy. So
anybody could do this at home. Anybody. Yeah. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it. Even a caveman can do it. So, all right, no, seriously, guys. All right, you made it this far. God bless you. Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. Helps out the channel, helps out the video. We have some links down below. Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix is the most important link. Follow that link. If you have any questions about what you've seen today, Brandon and his amazing team will be more than happy to help you out, okay? Ask any questions. You can comment down below. We'll be sure to get to them. I answer all the comments, sometimes with Brandon's help. So don't worry, we'll get back to you. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the devil's work, our social media, but we need it to get the word out for Get Out Arizona. So we do group rides, we do group hikes. It's tons of fun, my friend. Seriously. And the only thing that's missing from that fun is you. So come out and join us. We have links. Amazon store link, all right, is our affiliate link. You don't have to buy anything from the store, but if you make a qualifying purchase while using that link, we receive a small commission for gas money, park pass money, and coffee money, the other trifecta we love so much here at Get Out Arizona. So, as we wish you a happy Thanksgiving, even though it's a day late and a dollar short, all right, and coming up to a very, very Merry Christmas, again, we want to thank you for all your support over the last 4 years. It's been amazing, guys. We appreciate it. We're looking to helping you out more in 2026. We'll do an end-of-year recap type thing. Oh, that'd be a good fireside chat.
Hey.
Year in review.
All right.
There we go. Yeah. New Year's
One
Day.
down. We don't got to think about it.
We don't have to think about it now. So, all right. What do we always say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards in the trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Gosh darn
and
right.
Get Out Arizona.
There you go. We'll see you on that next adventure, my friends. Brandon, we'll talk to you next week.
Man.
Have a good weekend.
You as well.